Yo guys, what's going on? And welcome back to the podcast. It's a very special episode today, episode 10, and we are joined with Randy Jr. 10. All his links will be down below. He's such a lovely guy. But Randy, for those of you who don't know who you are, give a little intro on your channel, what you do, stuff like that, mate.
All right, thanks for having me on, bro. And yeah, it's a pleasure to be here with you. Of course, I'm a Liverpool content creator, focus on posting about Liverpool, but also anything to do with football as well. I do focus on international football as well as I'm Ghanaian, so I follow the Ghana national team, also England as well. But yeah, anything to do with football, but mainly my focus on Liverpool. You know, the best team in the world. So yeah.
So, Randy, what does Liverpool mean to you? Is there a specific memory that will always you associate Liverpool Football Club with? Is there a certain goal even? Like, what does Liverpool Football Club mean to you?
Like that question. Ooh. My first memory, I would say, from Liverpool was definitely Steven Gerrard, like the
Yeah,
early
yeah,
days. So yeah, I got to see not like a lot of Steven Gerrard in his prime, but like around like 2009, 10, those that kind of era,
yeah.
alongside like Suarez, Coutinho as well. But yeah, I the reason why I'm a Liverpool fan is because of my dad. When he first came into the country, John Barnes was he was a hot prospect. Like
Yeah.
he was a phenomenal player, and you know a lot of Ghanaians love John Barnes, so that's why most of the Ghanaians love Liverpool. So when he came in the
Yeah, yeah.
country, followed Liverpool, and then when I was a child, you know Liverpool's on the TV, so I'm hearing it and I'm seeing it a bit. And then yeah, just like my first memories was just like Gerrard, Suarez, Coutinho, and especially when we won the League Cup in 2012. That's certainly one
Yeah.
of like my favorite earliest memories of Liverpool. So yeah,
I think that'd be the same as me, mate. So I was born in 2003, and obviously the 2005
okay,
Champions League, as is it's so iconic. I was 2 years old. I didn't watch it live. I don't remember it live. I've watched the game back. Obviously, you know all the history and stuff like that. But yeah, that 2012 one probably sticks out for me as well. The likes of Steven Gerrard, Luis Suarez, all them type of players, icons of the club now. If you had to narrow it down just to one Liverpool player, obviously past or present, who's your favourite player of all
mm.
time?
It's a tough question. I'm gonna say it's got to be Mohamed Salah for me. Mohamed Salah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Is
yeah.
there any particular
The
reason, or you
way
just love him, like the way he scores?
when he just came in, he just stormed the Premier League and just had an amazing career. Like from the get go, just feel he's just had a phenomenal career, and I was just so like amazed by what he did for Liverpool. All the goals, the
Yeah,
mentality, and you know he helped us a lot, especially in our success with Jurgen Klopp and the other players as well that were in the team. And yeah, of course, playing with that iconic front three of Salah, Mane, and Firmino. Enjoyable times as a Liverpool fan. We played such beautiful footballs. It was phenomenal. But Salah for me, like just the top of the top, man. For me, he's the best player I've seen play for Liverpool in my lifetime. Yeah.
yeah, 100%. I think he's definitely got to be up there. I mean, this will be the first season that we're going into now in about 10 years when we've had no Firmino, no Mane, and no Salah. So that front three era is well and truly over. It is very sad to see, but exciting times coming up. Hopefully, we bring in Barcola, obviously, Rio and Gamoa on the up as well. We'll touch on them in a minute.
Yeah.
I just want to get your opinions on pre season. Obviously, Liverpool's pre season 3 wins, 1 draw, 2 defeats. Do you read into preseason, or do you just kind of think it's fitness, they're warming up, don't really read too much into it, or do you look into preseason and get concerned or whatever like that? Like what how do you view preseason?
I view preseason as I'm more looking to how the team plays football, what kind of style, also
Yeah,
maybe some of the
yeah,
youngsters as well. But overall, I'm like, yeah, the players are just there to get their sharpness, fitness back up,
yeah,
and also just like little glimpses of how we're gonna play in the season. So whatever the result is, I'm not too fast. But some of the things I've learned in this preseason is definitely our style of football is much better than what we witnessed last season with Arne Slot. Like you
100%.
can
Yeah,
see the direct and the intensity,
yeah,
the way we want to win the ball so high up, attack quickly. So every other ball looks very promising, and I think we're in for a very good time and hopefully a very good season. But the one concerns I have is definitely the spaces. Like when we're defending off the ball, the space between the midfield and the defense. It's
Yeah.
just it's quite a big gap. There's too many holes, and we need to sort that out. And hopefully that improves over the course of the season. And then you've got our fitness as well. The time where Iraola said my players can only run for around 30 minutes. Yeah, I do understand that the football that we're going to play is going to be very intense, and we
Yeah.
need numbers as well. Um, so hopefully, again, that improves. But I'm very positive about what I saw in pre-season, and I think a lot of players will redeem themselves, like Isaac, Verts. Who
Yeah.
else we got? Mate, Frimpong as well, Kirkes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're in for a very good season.
I'm a bit like you, mate, as well. I like to read into it. I also don't like to analyze it too much because I'm a big advocate as well. If you've played the game, which I'm sure you have, and obviously people watching as well, your mindset shifts based on the game, based on the circumstances. They're playing friendlies against Wrexham, Monaco, Leeds. Are they really going to be 100%? Are they really going to be in the dressing room going, fucking come on, like they would be if they were playing the likes of Man United, Arsenal? No. So I'm a big believer in your mentality shifts depending on who you play in, the circumstances, etc. Although that being said, a little bit concerning. Leeds and Monaco game, Liverpool went 2-0 up
Mm,
both times lost the game. Can you read into that? I think you can a little bit. It is a sign of the
yeah.
times changing. Obviously, Iriola's style coming into play. We need the players, we need the fitness, similar to Jurgen Klopp's style, very fast-paced intensity. And it is a little bit concerned. Obviously, you touched on the midfield as well. I've actually filmed a TikTok on this. I haven't posted it yet. If you want to go check out my TikTok, guys, and Randy's, it'll be in the description down below. Go drop us both a follow. Daily Liverpool content from both of us. It is a big concern, the midfield, how quickly it gets bypassed. I went to that Como game the other day. If Como, no
Mm,
disrespect, had a bit more of a better quality attackers, we'd have lost that game. Simple as that. The second half, especially
yeah.
Liverpool, was shocking. I thought Araujo when he came on, I thought he was pretty solid. I don't think he was amazing. I don't think he was awful. I think he was just steady, did his job. We'll touch on the Como game in a minute, then, mate. But I just want to get your
Yeah.
thoughts on the likes of Harvey Elliott. You said about players trying to
Mhm.
break into the squad and stuff like that. Obviously, Harvey Elliott is one that did go out on loan to try and get minutes. Didn't really work out. Touching on Harvey Elliott, then, does he have a place in this Liverpool team for you? What do you think?
Unfortunately, he doesn't. And I love Harvey Elliott so much. I feel like he's such a neat and tidy player,
Yeah,
especially in the pockets as well. He can certainly be like a good number 10. But with his loan move to Aston Villa, it didn't work out well. And also, if Slot's first season, he wasn't utilised a lot, which definitely affected his
yeah,
game. And since he has come back, he's just missing that sharpness and that like
yeah,
that fact of like, yeah, you're
yeah,
giving me something really good, um, which is such a shame. And I really love him because he's a good player, and I feel like his potential is like really high. I think he can definitely have a good career, especially what I saw in the 22 and 23 season, and then the season after 23-24 season. He
yeah,
started getting some starts in the team, and he
yeah,
had some decent numbers. I think there was a time he was even starting ahead of Dominic Szoboszlai, which was
yeah.
very interesting. But unfortunately, I feel like we have to sell. I think for the sake of his career, he should go somewhere else where he can get a lot of game time, get his sharpness back up. Because he's not going to start over throwing verts. He could be a backup, but he's just missing something for some reason, and it's such a shame, honestly, the way he's been treated. But he's a phenomenal player, and I just feel like for the sake of his career, he just needs to go to another team.
I'm going to echo what you said there because I do agree with you, mate. Harvey Elliott, the talent's definitely there. I just think his confidence went absolutely shattered. Obviously, going to Villa didn't get used at all. Underneath slot didn't really get used. I think the big turning point in his career was that injury he had against Leeds when he kind of like, was it his ankle
Yeah,
he broke or something? It was quite a bad injury
yeah,
because
yeah.
before that injury, he was a regular in that Liverpool team. Klopp praised him
Yeah,
so much, and it was quite funny as well because he came in as a winger at Fulham in his youth career. He was a winger. Look at the two wingers ahead of him at the time: Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane. You're not getting in the team. Klopp made him into a midfielder.
that's
He was neat. He was tidy. Doesn't have the physical presence. Doesn't have that pace, but he's so tidy on the ball. But it is a shame. I just can't see him getting in his Liverpool team at all now. As you said, Florian Wirtz, Dominic Szoboszlai, even Gravenberg, McAllister, he's not getting in ahead of any of them. He's 23 now. Is he going to knock around at Liverpool, waste his career being a Carabao Cup player, FA Cup player? I think Elliott's better than that. So as sad as it is, I do think Elliott needs to leave to better his career. So I'm going to echo what you've just said, Randy, mate.
Yeah, totally agree with you. Especially touching upon that 21-22 season. Like, he was, I think he started the first game, couple games, of course, the Leeds game as well. He was phenomenal. And
Yeah.
yeah, also that definitely that injury definitely did affect him. But such a shame, man, because I love that guy, honestly.
I mean, mate, we're going to touch on now the game Sunday night,
Okay.
2-0 win over Como. Probably the best performance of pre-season, especially the first half. Second half of Liverpool, we didn't do nothing wrong, but it was just a bit flat. There wasn't really a lot going on. Obviously, clean
Yeah.
sheet, Gakpo scoring, Jérémy Jacquet scoring, who we're going to touch on now. Defensively, with Jacquet and Van Dijk, we look so much more comfortable. I just want to get your verdict. Jérémy Jacquet, what are you thinking of him, mate?
Wow. Honestly, just wow. I never knew
Yeah,
he was this good. And the
no.
fact that he what's it, his last game was in February,
Yeah,
and to come
yeah,
play like that after so long is crazy, honestly. But he looks like a real player. He looks like the real deal. I think he's gonna have an excellent career at Liverpool. The way he's
yeah,
just so comfortable on the ball, composed. He's aerially, he's amazing, physical. He's just confident, and this is what we need. It reminds me a bit of Van Dijk, and yeah, just hopefully no injuries, and yeah, we're able to have that partnership steady throughout the season. But it's looking bright for Jérémy Jacquet at Liverpool, and he's only what 21 years of age. Wow,
yeah, yeah,
so young. The potential and the amount of years he can play for. Yeah, Liverpool are sorted in centre backs. Like you've got Van Dijk. Of course, Van Dijk will probably go soon, but
yeah,
Van Dijk, Jacquet, and Duque and Di Leone as well. Remember, like
yeah,
that game
yeah,
against Southampton, he was phenomenal for him to come
yeah.
back. So yeah, we're sorted. Definitely, I'm excited.
It has given me a big confidence boost, and obviously touching on earlier, we said about do you read into preseason and that. I think you can't read bits into it because obviously looking at that Jacquet and Van Dijk partnership, they're both massive, they're both quick, they're both strong. They
Yeah,
complement each other so well, and I do seriously think that needs to be the partnership going into the season, going into that Newcastle game and games so on and so forth. It has to be the main standing has to be Van Dijk and Jacquet. Obviously, I understand Jacquet's young, bring him in slowly. It might even be Van Dijk and Araujo. Obviously, Leone's coming back, as you said.
yeah,
If you can build Jacquet next to Van Dijk for a couple of years, Jacquet could even be the future captain, I think. I mean, the ability's there, the passion's there. Obviously, he topped it off with a goal as well at Como. Was a tap in,
yeah,
but centre backs getting goals is always a good sign. I wouldn't feel totally confident if we did go into game, let's say with Jacquet and Araujo. I do think they need Van Dijk next to them just for the next couple
yeah,
of months to a year. But touching on Virgil van Dijk, obviously last year of his contract, age is slowly creeping up on him. Do you still think Van Dijk will have another huge season, or do you think he'll slot to? Because me personally, I think he could sign a contract extension and keep going. I don't think he's showing any signs of aging at all yet. I think he's still solid as a rock. But I want to know what you think.
yeah. I think definitely keep Van Dijk, and I feel like yeah, he still looks good.
Yeah,
Of
yeah,
course, I feel like we shouldn't be surprised if maybe he has like one or two mistakes because, of course, with age, you naturally you're gonna slow
yeah,
down and all that kind of stuff. But maybe we need a player next to him that can also make him better as well. Like having the likes of Jackie, I'm sure maybe can
yeah,
also bring the best out of Van Dijk. Having someone that's really good and saying, you know what, I want to be as good as you as well, but even better. So definitely, I feel like Van Dijk we have to keep, and it doesn't seem like he's gonna go down. I feel like he might retire at Liverpool as well. At the end of the day, he's our captain. We need him, and
yeah,
so hopefully, at least give me like 3 more years of Van Dijk. I'm sure that would be
yeah.
good enough. 3 more years.
I mean, this isn't me and Randy, by the way, saying have him for 3 more years, every single minute, every single game. Just have him as a little bit of a cheerleader sort of thing. Cheerleader, you know what I'm trying
Yeah,
to say? Keep him in the squad.
yeah,
Let him mentor the Jacquet, the Leones. Let him monitor these young lads because having Virgil van Dijk in and around the camp isn't going to do bad, is it? Do you know what I mean? He's so solid.
yeah.
As I said, he's showing no signs of aging, and I'm absolutely buzzing. Virgil van Dijk, we love you. So,
We love you, man.
speaking
We
on
love you.
Speaking on the Premier League, obviously it starts. Liverpool first game is Sunday away at St James's Park. We haven't lost there in 11 years. Randy, I want to get your verdict on the Newcastle game. What are your thoughts going into the game, mate? And who would you start? Obviously, there's question marks. Will Barcola be a Liverpool player then? I mean, I certainly hope so. Will Rio Wingamoa start on the right? Will Gakpo start on the left? All these things, man. What are your thoughts going into that Newcastle game? Are you confident? Are you a bit apprehensive? What are you thinking?
Of course, going to St James's Park, never easy. I
Yeah,
know they've lost a couple of players like Gordon, Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, but still, as we go into the Premier League, no game in the Premier League is easy. But I'm
no.
very confident that Liverpool will go there and get a win.
What are your thoughts on Cody Gakpo? Would you sell Cody Gakpo for 70 million?
We have to keep him, honestly. I love Cody
Yeah,
Gakpo. I think he's still a decent player, and especially with Hugo Ekitike injured, we can also see Gakpo
yeah,
filling that striker for Isaac. Maybe if Isaac's not around, who's going to be playing striker? You know, you could probably say Kumas, but still, he hasn't really played with Liverpool a lot. He's still young,
no,
so Gakpo can definitely be used there. But yeah, Gakpo, I feel like from what I've seen in pre-season, he looks kind of refreshed, a different player, more of an
yeah,
inside forward. I think we have to keep him, even if we bring in Barcola and then buy. Gakpo is still a top player. If at least maybe one more year of Cody Gakpo,
yeah,
I'll happily take that. But definitely must keep just in case Isak gets injured or something like that. And you
yeah,
know, Gakpo, if he's in rotation as well, I think he's
yeah.
a great player. Like we saw with Luis Diaz in the 24-25 season. When he's in rotation, you get the best out of Gakpo. So at least one more year of Cody Gakpo. After that, then we can talk about maybe selling him.
Well, touching on that as well, in the title winning season, he managed 25 goal involvements in 49 games. So we know the
Hmm.
ability is there. We know there is a player there. I don't want to read too much into last season because I don't think any Liverpool player had a good year last year underneath Slot.
Yeah.
It was a pretty turmoil year. 12 goal contributions though in 32 starts for Cody Gakpo. Look, I'm a big advocate. I think we need to keep Gakpo. As you said, the versatility, can play off the left, can play for the middle. And it's not just that. If Isak does get injured, what are we doing? As you touched on there, we got the youngsters.
100%.
Chiesa, not really. You ain't gonna win a
Hmm.
Premier League with either a youngster or Chiesa up top, or do you go Vert to the false nine? But then you just mess with the squad too much. I do think keep Gakpo. 70 mil is 70 mil at the end of the day, but
Yeah.
look logically, if we can keep Gakpo, it's going to help the squad massively rather than cashing in for no real reason. Liverpool need depth. They need quality depth. I mean, look at Arsenal. Arsenal can field two very strong starting 11s. Liverpool cannot. It's simple as that. Liverpool's bench
Yeah.
is very, very concerning. Obviously, we've touched on Harvey Elliott. If he's on the bench, can he come on and make an impact? Not really. If Curtis Jones sticks around, what's his mental space like? Is he going to come on and really put a shift in? Probably not. So I'm a big advocate for keeping Cody Gakpo as well. I'm glad you agree, Randy.
Thank you very much, man. Yeah, definitely keep him, man. Top player.
We're going to move on now to our season expectations. As I've touched on, the season does start this week. I'm so excited for it. It feels like forever since the Premier League ended, but nevertheless, Randy, what are your realistic expectations for Liverpool this year? So fast forward to May, the season's just ended. How are you going to sit there and go, I'm happy with that?
Good question. For Liverpool, I've gone quite big and bold for them this season. I feel like a
Yeah,
lot of people are sleeping on us, and there's a lot of players that really want to redeem themselves. But even just
yeah,
the whole team wants to redeem themselves. There's also a bit of pressure on us as well because we don't want to fall down again, and we can't afford to because now that will just set us years back. But
yeah,
season expectations, I expect us to be there in the title race. I think we're
yeah,
going to finish second, to be honest. I think maybe we just won't have enough to beat Arsenal. I think Arsenal will win the
yeah.
Premier League. But I do see us doing something good in the Champions League. I think we actually might win the Champions League. I feel like
Fingers
our
crossed.
football, yeah,
Yeah,
fingers crossed number seven comes back. But I think our football can definitely translate the best into the Champions League. I think that's where we can showcase how good we are. And you know, having the Anfield crowd as well, especially on the Champions League night.
yeah,
No one should forget that Anfield is a tough place to go to, especially on the Champions League night. We've
yeah,
seen it before last season. Even when we played Real Madrid and Galatasaray, if we're able to be on top, we can do anything. I mean, we can beat
yeah,
anyone. Um, but if we don't win the Champions League, I've gone for us. That the Champions League's a bold kind of. thing, but I expect at least for us to get far in the Champions League, like semi-final, quarter-final, something like that.
So I'm going to echo that, mate. To be fair, yeah, I think we could do well in the Champions League. Arguably, we need to get to semi-finals or quarters. Maybe is quarters good enough for Liverpool? We never know. We're going to have to wait and see. I think we'll finish fourth, personally. I just think Arsenal, the squad is so stacked. I think they'll win it. Man City is still Man City, even though they have lost Rodri. That could be a big drop off of them, but I still think they've got the quality. Elliot Anderson's amazing as well. Chelsea, no European football, new manager, a lot of decent signings. I think Chelsea could be a bit dangerous this year. And then, which leaves Liverpool fourth. Look, if someone says to me in May, do you want to finish fourth and an FA Cup, I'm taking that every single day of the week. I'd happily take that. So, guys, there we go. That concludes this podcast episode with Randy. Make sure to drop Randy a follow, guys. His links will be down below in the description. Go follow his TikTok and my TikTok if you want daily Liverpool and just football content. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Thank you.